Who is allowed to remain visible in history and who survives only as a trace? This question is the starting point of unfolding the unseen, an interactive digital archive containing words and stories connected to 15 overlooked women. Across the projection, sentences drift through darkness. The voices are present, but they cannot always be read. They move between visibility and invisibility, waiting for the viewer's body to bring them temporarily into focus. Historical neglect is not a single event, and it does not begin only when somebody is forgotten. It develops through the ways knowledge is recognized, classified, circulated, preserved, and repeated. Historical visibility is shaped by overlapping social and institutional structures rather than by a single cause. Gender influences whose work is treated as authoritative, while race and colonial histories shape which forms of knowledge are considered worthy of preservation. Migration and nationality affect how a life is positioned within cultural and national narratives. Language and class influence how widely a work can circulate, how easily it can be accessed, and whether it enters established networks of recognition. Together, these conditions determine which contributions receive institutional attention, enter archives, become translated and cited, and remain present within public memory. What is later described as forgetting is therefore not always a complete disappearance. It can also be an uneven distribution of attention, legitimacy, and preservation. The project approaches the archive not as a neutral storehouse of history, but as a structure that participates in deciding what can be found. An absence from the archive does not necessarily mean an absence from history. It may also reveal the conditions through which historical importance has been defined. The project does not claim that these 15 lives can be completely recovered. Instead, it creates temporary encounters with voices that established histories have made difficult to find. The viewer enters this archive through a series of hand gestures. When the fingers come together, the fan closes and the text returns to darkness. As the hand opens, the fan unfolds, creating a temporary area in which the words become visible. A closed fist captures one sentence. Opening the hand again reveals the name and biography connected to it. When the fingers come together, the biography closes, but traces of the encounter remain within the image. These gestures are not simply technical controls. The hand reveals, selects, holds, and releases information. It temporarily becomes a reader, an archivist, and an editor. The folding fan acts as a threshold between concealment and revelation. It can open and display, but it can also close, protect, and hide. These fragments do not complete the archive. They ask the viewer to pause, to read, and to recognize that visibility is never neutral. What appears in history depends on how knowledge is recognized, organized, and preserved, and on who is given the authority to remember.